The BJP's mission to deliver on its core promises before 2024 polls is on full throttle. The Ram Mandir, a mainstay of BJP's manifesto for many years, opened its gate to Aam Aadmi on 23rd January for Bhavya Darshan, and in just 7 days, over 15 lakh devotees have already taken darshan, have had a glimpse of their beloved Ram Lalla. Next month in February, the BJP government in Uttarakhand will likely pass the One Nation, One Law bill in the state assembly. UCC has been one of the key poll promises of the Saffron Party in the run-up to Uttarakhand polls. And in fact, through this, the BJP is aiming to consolidate the Hindu votes. But first, let's listen into what the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand had to say about UCC.
UCC हमारा इस विधानसभा का जो चुनाव 2022 में उत्तराखंड का था, उसमें हमारा संकल्प था। कमेटी ने अपना काम पूरा कर लिया है और उन्होंने हमको बताया है कि 2 तारीख को वो हमको ड्राफ्ट दे देंगे और उनका ड्राफ्ट देने के बाद उसका आकलन करेंगे, उसको मंत्रिमंडल में लाएंगे, उसके बाद विधानसभा में जो विधेयक बनने की दिशा में, एक्ट बनने की दिशा में जो कार्रवाई होती है, उस कार्रवाई को हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे.
On the other hand, the Gyanvapi truth is stumbling out. The ASI report mentions in black and white that a mandir existed where the Gyanvapi masjid stands today. It goes on to say that 55 Hindu sculptures have been found in the complex basement, further stamping a mandir's origin. Today, the mandir side took fresh pleas to the top court, praying for a scientific survey of the Wazu Khana, where the shivling type structure was found. It also demands the right to pray to what they call is the shivling. On the political front, UP CM Yogi Adityanath called the ASI report's findings not only about faith but also about Indian heritage. Listen in.
काशी विश्वनाथ धाम में, ज्ञानवापी में ये एसआई की रिपोर्ट सामने आ रही है. ये एसआई की रिपोर्ट क्या बताती है? बहुत कुछ आपके सामने उदाहरण प्रस्तुत करता है. हम आजादी की लड़ाई को अपनी आंखों से नहीं देखे, देश को आजाद होते समय हम नहीं देखे, लेकिन जब देश अपनी आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा था, हर घर तिरंगा के माध्यम से हम इस महोत्सव में सहभागी बने थे, क्योंकि हमारे पूर्वजों ने इसको किया. हम राम पर इसलिए क्योंकि राम हमारे पूर्वज थे, कृष्ण हमारे पूर्वज हैं. ये केवल हमारी आस्था नहीं, हमारी विरासत भी है और हम उस परंपरा पर गौरव के अनुभव.
You're watching the News Hour at 9, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, let's open this up. Charu Pragya, spokesperson of the BJP, joins us on the broadcast. Dr. Ranganathan continues to be with us, so does Lokesh Jindal. We are also joined by Atiq Ur Rehman, Islamic Scholar, and we have Vivek Srivastava, political analyst as well on the broadcast. Good evening to all of you. Vivek Srivastava, I want to begin with you today. Vivek ji, these are promises that the BJP made in its manifesto, and it's ultimately fulfilling all the promises. Is this the ultimate consolidation of Hindu votes for the Bharatiya Janata Party ahead of 2024 through these various issues?
Yes, it's a game of divide and rule. You divide the public, don't talk of development, don't talk of science, don't talk of mathematics, don't talk of engineering, talk of religion, talk of Ram versus Rahim. There is a battle going on, there is a competition going on. Who's a bigger god, Ram or Rahim? Make them fight, make the people fight, divide them, create a rhetoric, and then you try to get into votes. That is what they are trying to do. So you see, religion and spirituality, it is a journey between you and the Almighty. It's a personal journey.
Okay.
I mean, dragging it onto the streets just for the votes is what the BJP is doing. So I don't
but
think
Vivek
it's a very
Srivastava, when you say development is not happening, what is your definition of that? Is
Swati,
BJP only building temples, not infrastructure? Is the BJP only building temples, not schools and hospitals? Is government not working on the Indian economy, on foreign policy, on economic growth of the country? Is it only building temples?
Yes. Now, when it comes to development, I'll be very brief because it is a lengthy subject. I'll be very brief. Number one, we are very much oriented towards the capitalist policies of the West, and we try to imbibe those values now, which was not there earlier. In Nehruvian times, we had the small and mid-sized enterprises, small traders, small shopkeepers, which were concentrated upon. Today, yes, they are showing an economic growth which is substantial. However, if you study the data of the hunger index, of the standard of living of the people, we are 141st in the world. Okay, so there is a strong economic disparity which the left doesn't believe in, and we feel that is the wrong policy. You need to have a very uniform kind of a growth for the common man also. So we support the small traders, we support the small shopkeepers. I'm talking about Delhi. I'm in AITUC also. So that is one of the oldest trade union federations of the country, started in 1920. So I'm a part of that also, and I keep on going to industrial areas. Believe me, in Delhi itself, I'm talking about the national capital, 60% of the factories are closed shut. Closed shut means closed shut. I'm talking about industrial federations in Delhi, where we are sitting right now. So, if you have a skewed growth, where you are trying to, grow with the help and
BJP is only interested in divide and rule. Let's take a counter. Let's take a counter from Charu Pragya. Let's take a counter from Charu. No development is happening. You're only building temples. You're only dividing people in the name of religion.
Swati, I'm going to break down my answer in two parts. First, he says religion is personal and why are we dragging it on the streets? I disagree with you, Vivekji, because even though religion might be personal, you put that upon the Hindus only. Why is it that Muslims will read their namaz in mass? Every Friday, everybody turns up to read namaz together. Christians turn up for church every single Sunday. There you're not talking about religion being personal. But when we are celebrating a festival or celebrating Ram Lalla coming home, you remind us day and night religion is personal. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. Religion definitely needs to be equal in my country, and that I advocate I can't say it enough. It needs to be equal for everyone. So please don't preach me that religion is personal and it only remains personal for me and for no one else. Now you talk about development. You were talking of hunger index and whatnot. Let me give you some facts about this country. From the fragile 5, my country has become the fastest growing economy in the world. In spite of COVID, in spite of 2 wars, in spite of a global recession, and that is thanks to the leadership this government has. You would not see that. You're talking about poor people in this country. A fruit vendor sitting on the streets today is also using UPI on his smartphone. He has an Ayushman card and a roof over his head. Every villager has water coming in through taps. These are the basics that you missed out on, sir. And please don't remind me that dharma has to be exclusive of development according to you. Because I can go on and on about this. Because on one side, when Ram Lalla was coming home, the very next second, Pradhan Mantri Modi ji was announcing 1 lakh homes to have solar powered panels on the roofs of their homes, which will not just electrify their homes, but actually make extra energy, which they can sell. So I think you seem to have lost the plot.
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan, is Astha the only poll plank for the BJP ahead of 2024?
3 or 4 issues. First of all, good evening, Swati, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I think to give Vivek his due, yes, the BJP has promised many things for the country in its manifesto, and it's fulfilling it. And the communist CPI also had promised many things in their manifesto for their country, and they are fulfilling it. Except that the countries are different. For BJP, it's India. For communists, it's China. But two things out here. Number one, Vivek... When Vivek talks about our position in the global hunger index, he talks about, the report has been prepared by Western NGOs. That he quotes, and I'll come to how flawed that report is. But when the same Western organizations and NGOs say that 1 million Uyghur Muslims have been interned in concentration camps in China, then it says that's a Western conspiracy. So why decide? That's an American propaganda. Acha, that is American propaganda. Lekin World Hunger Index is not American propaganda. And by the way, 3 out of
80 crore लोगों को तो आपने खाना खिलाया ना?
I didn't interrupt him. Vivek, this is
let him finish, please. आपको किसी ने interrupt नहीं किया. Please, let him finish.
Yeah.
No, I'm just telling you, 80 crore people needed food. They didn't have food. They couldn't buy food. And the government had to feed them.
During COVID, even you needed food, but आपका China से आ रहा था, वो अलग बात है. Now, Swati, you please understand that Swati, we can't go on like this. Vivek is rattled. Vivek, please be in your cage. Thank you. Now, Swati, the fact of the matter is that this global hunger index and the way they go about, ranking nations has been pilloried academically and scholarly. 3 out of the 4 parameters are only for children. They're not for adults. This is a complete sham. You please read articles by Sanjeev Sarkar and Professor Vivek. Swati,
why did they know
Vivek ji, please. Nobody interrupted you. Nobody interrupted you. Please give Anand Ranganathan the time that has been allotted to him to make his point. Please, Vivek ji, calm down. Let Mr. Swaminathan make his point.
Vivek, please.
80 crore.
Vivek, please.
Okay, Vivek ji,
Swati.
I can always come to you for a counter, but allow him to finish his point first.
Yes, please, you are allowed to counter after that, but please at least listen to me. As far as him saying that there is no development, I mean, is he living on some other planet like Rahul Gandhi is? 120 million toilets have been constructed. 260 million Ayushman health cards have been distributed. 500 million bank accounts have been given. Tap water connections have been given. 100 million gas connections have been provided. भाई आप रह कहाँ रहे हो? The amount of highways that have been made in the last 9 years.
कितना पैसा
Half of
बोरो
them
किया
were
ये भी
made in
बता
the last
दीजिए
70 years.
2014 से अब तक कितना पैसा बोरो किया है देश ने, ये भी बता दीजिए.
Okay.
कितना कर्ज एक हिंदुस्तान पे, ये भी बता दीजिए आप सर.
स्वाति, अरे भैया आप अपना कम्युनिस्ट का रिजीम देख लो, चाइना से बात कर लो, कम से कम केरला का भला हो जाएगा, देश का तो नहीं होगा कम से कम.
All right. I want to also bring in Atiq Ur Rehman. Atiq Ur Rehman, it's not just about Ram Mandir or the SI report on Gyanvapi. Let's not forget UCC in Uttarakhand and also a statement that has come in about CAA that it will be implemented soon. How are you looking at this?
So, Swati, if you talk of UCC, if it is uniform, why only in Uttarakhand? Next it will be Goa also have it. Next it will be UP or in Maharashtra. So it's not uniform. The
Already has it,
tribals
sir.
already have been, excused from it by some of the BJP members. They are coming on the platforms. So it's not uniform. It will have to be renamed by the BJP. Next, you said that what about the asking for votes in the name of religion by the executive of the union government and the executive of the state government? Is it not asking for votes in the name of religion? Is it not a violation of the Representation of People's Act? What acts it will be? How a chief minister goes to a temple in Ayodhya and the prime minister going just before
What is the problem with
election,
the chief
is it
minister and
not
the
a
prime minister
violation of
going
that?
to Ayodhya?
Asking
How
them.
are they asking for
You know,
votes?
No, what is the problem with the chief minister and the prime minister going to
It's
Ayodhya?
a violation. For me, it's a violation. They can deny it. And who stops? Swati, I am not allowed to speak.
Go ahead,
Swati,
finish your point. Finish your point.
I need my 30 seconds, please.
Finish your point.
Charu had, started on a very, very hollow argument.
Prime
Who
Minister
stops the
going to an
Hindus to
iftihari
come
hosting one
on
is
one
not a
platform if the Muslims are on Friday and the Christians are on Sundays? They can come on a Tuesday. Nobody will be objecting
So we
to it.
celebrated
But
our
if
Ram
the
temple.
Prime Minister and the
Vivek
Chief
started his
Ministers
argument by
heading
saying
such
that religion
religious
needs to be
events,
personal.
then I would say it's a clear
Please, I don't buy
violation
that.
of the People's Representation Act.
But Atiq Ur
I am
Rehman, when did the
clearly
BJP say
asking
vote us
Mr.
in the
Rehman,
name
the
of
Prime Minister
vote us
and
in the name of
I
religion?
want to buy
As far as all of us here
I
remember,
want
as far as the
argument.
one second, as far as BJP's campaign or their slogan is concerned, it started with Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and then it became about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, and Sabka Vishwas.
On Sunday.
Atiq Ur ji. Atiq Ur ji, can you hear me?
Repeat it. I could not.
I
hear.
am asking you, when did BJP say vote us in the name of religion?
Yeah, I can, but
When did BJP say vote us in the name of religion? Hindu dharm ke naam pe vote dijiye. When did the prime
then you
minister?
have to
When did the prime
define
minister
what
say that?
What exactly is the Representation of People's Act barring that the prime minister and the chief minister, if they are taking part in rituals and all over the media,
This is
all over the
unacceptable.
nation.
No,
it is
Mr. Atiq Ur Rehman,
live
tell me
telecast.
Unacceptable.
so tell
It
me
is not in the
first
name
of all,
religion
I don't like to mention
it is.
people's religions.
Act or
I don't like to
agree.
mention this, but tell me, are Muslim leaders who are in politics in public life stopped offering namaz? Have they stopped offering namaz? Have they stopped praying to their God?
They
Have
are
they
not the
stopped
official prime
worshipping?
minister of the country. They are not the official prime minister of the country. Here he is.
Arey
the
bhaiya,
prime
you
minister.
One second, Vivek ji, one second.
Namaz, is
One
it
second.
asking for votes in the name of religion?
So who
And
said?
from
No,
when
one
two
second.
wrongs have become
In that
one right?
entire address that the prime minister gave, when
Whether
did
it
he
is
say?
Muslim
When
or
did he say?
Hindu.
When did he ask for
Just
votes?
being on camera.
When did the Prime Minister or the Chief
addressing
Minister ask for
people
votes?
With a religious belief is completely out of the way as far as the People's Representation Act is concerned.
Charu Pragya.
It's complete
Can I-
violation.
Swati, please
of that
allow-
Charu Pragya. Okay, Charu
asking
Pragya,
for
Charu
votes
Pragya.
in
Yeah.
the name of
Mr.
religion,
Rehman, I
be it
asked
a
you a
Hindu
very
leader
pointed
or a
question.
Muslim leader.
which you had no answer to, by the way. But Sonia Gandhi can be invited to the Vatican and you are okay with that. Former prime ministers can attend and throw iftiharis and you're okay with that. But if Prime Minister Modi goes to a temple, you start crying. That's the problem. In my government, in BJP times, a union minister will send a chadar to Ajmer.
But he also goes to mosques. Is that also a violation? He also goes to mosques. Atiq Ur Rehman ji, you never had a problem with that.
And other political parties, you are not a party with.
He also goes to mosques. Is that also a violation of the act?
What's the difference then? You repeat the mistakes of the Congress.
Why are you speaking over me?
Two wrongs does not make
why
one
are you
right,
speaking
Swati.
over me? I asked you a pointed question and why? Does a prime minister stop being a person? Where is it written that he's not allowed to have a religion he follows or a faith he believes in? In fact, worst are the people who pretend to have faith that they don't believe in. जो चुनावी हिंदू बन जाते हैं, उनके खिलाफ आप कुछ नहीं बोल पाते हैं. And where has he shied away from that position? Please tell me that.
You are just
what
to
kind
be
of a stand are you taking?
the
You are pseudo-secular.
Not
You
a
stand as
religious
complete
person.
pseudo-secular.
No, sorry.
You have nothing to do with secularism.
Okay, Dr. Ranganathan, then Lokesh
And you
Jindal.
continue with your policies
Bible
of dividing.
available to you.
Okay, Dr.
Thank you so much,
Ranganathan,
sister. I can't.
and then Lokesh Jindal. Okay, all right,
Yeah,
all
thank
right.
you.
Wait, Mr. Atiq Ur Rehman, wait.
Yeah, thank you. Swati, look at the hypocrisy out here. As long as the state whose representative is the Honorable President and the Prime Minister, they exclusively control Hindu temples, more than 1 lakh of them. They exclusively control the rent that they leech in billions of dollars from lakhs of acres of only Hindu temples. The Hindus and the Prime Minister can go attend any ceremony, and this is not a religious issue. This is a civilizational issue. Atiq Ur Rehman's Hindu grandfather के लिए नरेंद्र मोदी गए वहां पे. अब ये भले बन गए अतीक उर रहमान, लेकिन इनके जो हिंदू ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर थे वो लड़े थे हिंदूज के लिए. वो तो याद रखें कम से कम. सिविलाइजेशनल इशू है. रहमान साहब, ये हिंदू मुस्लिम इशू नहीं है.
Okay.
हम सब एक साथ हैं.
Okay. Before we wrap up, Lokesh Jindal, this is a civilizational issue. This is not about Hindu, Muslim, and BJP says these are our core values. We are delivering on the promises that we made.
Look, Swati, we have various provisions whereby we expect the state's functionaries to act in a neutral manner. For example, we do not expect the office holders to be employed in a private company, or we do not expect the office holder to act in a freedom manner as an ordinary citizen does, because he is no more an ordinary citizen, but he is representing the state. He is representing India, and he is bound to exercise functions of the office with certain dignity and with a certain code of conduct and ethics. Okay. And one of them is to make sure that he does not associate his identity with any
so when he goes to the mosque,
religion.
you never say that. You don't say that when he goes to the mosque. And going by that, your logic and the logic that you're applying to this entire argument, each and every leader who's in public life should actually stop going to these religious places, including Rahul Gandhi, then, which he does right before the elections. I am completely out of time. Charu Pragya and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.